More breaking news, Washington Commanders fans. The Commanders have re-signed offensive guard Chris Paul to a one-year deal after exploring many options. He wanted to run it back. Playing next to Laramie Tunsil would help the Commanders get back to the playoffs. Chris Paul was reported to have a robust market in free agency, and that was not the case at all. He definitely did not have a big market, apparently, because he would have signed with someone else. Now, I apologize. I was late on this news. This news actually broke 15 minutes ago, or by now, probably 20 minutes ago. I did not even see it. But Chris Paul signed with the Washington Commanders. Again, a one-year deal. But man, I was praying for this move to happen. You guys may have not thought that this was a big deal, but boy, I mean, I was praying for this move to happen. I wanted this move to happen so bad because I knew we were going to have a vacancy at the guard position. I already told you guys, Chris Paul snatched Brandon Coleman's chain last year. What he did last year was unprecedented. Nobody expected it. It was absolutely awesome. So, was he with us last year or the year before? Yes, Chris Paul was. Yeah. So Chris Paul, it's just a re-signing here. I expected Chris Paul to be re-signed all along. I expected Chris Paul to be re-signed about, let's say weeks ago. So Chris Paul being re-signed now, it's just a move. It just confirms, I thought this should be done. I thought Washington should have made this happen a while ago, but now that it has happened, I'm very glad Chris Paul is a Washington Commander. Make sure you guys smash that like button for me. Smash that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. So we'll have to figure out the money situation for this, but all I know is that this is such a W move by Adam Peters. I mean, this is such a good move by Adam Peters, in my opinion. It's a move that you had to get done. You had to sign Chris Paul back, in my opinion. You had to get him back in here. You had to run it back with Chris Paul because he was just such a vital piece of what we did last year. Such a great blocker, such a great player is Chris Paul, and we needed him back. So so if you don't know about Chris Paul, you want to find more out about Chris Paul, let me break him down to you. So Chris Paul is obviously an offensive guard, 2022 draft pick, formerly with the Washington Commanders, now signed back with the Washington Commanders. He's known for his size and versatility. And so very, very good player. Can do a lot on the offensive line. Very, very versatile. 6'4", 324 pounds, drafted in the 7th round out of 2022, out of Tulsa. He's a veteran who has played 34 games with 23 starts, offering versatility as a guard with potential for obviously being a starting role for a full NFL season. So what this guy does is absolutely, he's just such a great player. It's a great re-signing from Adam Peters. Again, I just didn't want the vacancy to be there. I didn't want there to be an open vacancy at this position. I thought Chris Paul is young enough. He's under the age of 30. We've done a good job in bringing these guys back that need to be back. Why would we not bring Chris Paul back? Why would he not be back? So this is a W move from Adam Peters, in my opinion. Again, it makes no sense not to bring Chris Paul back. Every single factor aligns with what you want. You don't have to pay him too much money. He's on the younger side of things. He's kind of just hitting his prime right now in his career. So this all made sense to me. And I wondered weeks ago why they weren't ultimately just going to re-sign Chris Paul in the future, right? Like, why aren't you just going to go ahead and make this move happen? But we already have, so we have re-signed Chris Paul. 91 in the chat. Make sure y'all smash that subscribe button. If you're not subscribed, make sure y'all smash that like button if you have not hit the like button yet. I absolutely love this move. Surprised a market didn't materialize for him, but I guess teams were concerned about making the same mistakes as last year when some offensive linemen were overpaid. We saw that. I don't think he's guaranteed the starting left guard spot here in Washington. If they're going to run more zone, Coleman is more suited, but good competition. Chris Paul obviously is. I mean, I anticipate Chris Paul to be back with this team. That's what I imagine him to be. I expect him to be in a starting role. So this all makes sense to me. Paul wanted to test the market. Washington gets back someone who started the final 15 games at guard, and he did a really solid job. Like we really didn't see many mistakes from him. And when you watched him play, when you saw the stats, I mean, he was ranked 5th among guards. So ultimately, all these moves, I mean, all these rumors about him being re-signed and stuff, they all made sense to me. They all just made me say inside, like, yes, 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 yes. This is a move that has to happen. This is a move that has to happen. He's a guy, again, he's entering his prime. He's young. So many valuable factors of why he should be resigned. So many things that point out the positives about Chris Paul and what kind of player he is, what kind of guy he is. So glad Washington resigned him. And if there was one more move, so I put a video out about 20 minutes ago. I didn't know that this news had already broken, but I put a video out about 20 minutes ago. Make sure you guys go check that out after we're done here. Put a video out about 20 minutes ago. Talked about the top remaining free agents. I wanted to give you guys a list of the top remaining free agents. Chris Paul was on that list. I literally said, we have to re-sign Chris Paul. Why would you want a vacancy at the guard position when you have a guy right here that did awesome last year, showed you he can play, and he's sitting right here and he has not been re-signed to free agency. And he's obviously going to take a cheaper deal now because he realizes his market is not as robust as he expected it to be. So this all sat in Adam Peters' lap. This was the final move that I think Washington should have made. I think we're good. Now, I don't see any other moves transpiring for this football team. This was the final domino to fall, in my opinion. This is the final move that the Washington Commanders should have made. So absolutely elated at this signing and moved by this signing. This is a big signing for this team. 125 in the chat. Make sure y'all smash that like button for me. Make sure y'all smash the subscribe button for me on the road to 4,000 subscribers. If you're not part of the family, make sure you guys go in and subscribe. So Chris Paul has been around for a while, though, and so glad he got re-signed. He absolutely deserved to be re-signed by Adam Peters. Absolutely deserved to be re-signed by Adam Peters. There was no reason that he should not have been brought back here, and I would have been very upset. Again, I told y'all, like, I wouldn't have been crying over a guy like Chris Paul, but where's my boy Steve at? Is Steve in here? He normally joins up, but I don't think he's going to be in here tonight because I don't see him. But Steve, he's got to be elated right now because he was the guy pushing for Paul to be re-signed. Me and him, like we agreed on this. I just really thought Paul should have been re-signed. And so now hearing that he has been re-signed, very good news, very good stuff from Adam Peters. And again, this is the final move that I think we should have made in free agency. I think they are done now. Smart re-signing here by Adam Peters. And you got to figure out the center position, right? Figuring out the center position is the next domino here. But ultimately, we got to see what they do. Maybe they sign a center in free agency still. But they could draft a center as well. But ultimately, we got this Chris Paul move done, and I think Adam started to realize, like, hey, we're not wishing ourselves to have a vacancy here at this guard position. We have a guy right here, hasn't been signed. They wanted to let Paul test the market as well. I know they wanted to let Paul test the market, see what he got, and there was nothing that transpired for him. So signing back with the Commanders. Now, let me see if I can find the money situation for this. We'll see, because this is a pretty cool signing here. So I'll see if anybody has it out. So not Ian Rappaport or Schefter have this reported, but obviously Jordan Schultz. So we don't know any money situation yet on this deal for Chris Paul. So no money situations yet here, but let's get to the comment section here, see what y'all are talking about. W for re-signing him. I agree. Again, I definitely think this move had to be made, and it's only a 1-year deal. Like, again, I don't imagine they're paying him too much money. So, the worst is Chris Paul doesn't work out next year, and you end up paying him 1-year deal, and oh wow, you have to give him the money he deserves for a 1-year deal because you want to re-sign him, doesn't play well, whatever, move on next year. But and somebody else has to fill in. That's the worst that could possibly happen, and I don't even think that's going to happen. So Love this. Yes, it seems like the consensus, the belief around the fan base is everybody likes it. I think everybody likes this move. It seems like everybody's agreeing with this move. Everybody is enjoying this move. So really, really like that this move is loved by the fan base because I think it should. I think it deserves every right to be loved by the fan base. This is a great, great deal. Everybody that's replying on X, on the timeline, like they all love the move. So this makes a lot of sense to me. Terrific for the Commanders. Extremely solid last season. Made many starts. Like awesome. Shout out to my dude for always being first to break the news. Keep pushing, my dude. Really appreciate you. I need y'all to subscribe and like to help me continue this journey. But yeah, I told y'all that's the goal, to be first to every single move. And we keep getting these moves. So was he with us last year or the year before? Yes, he was with us last year and the year before. And last year was the year that he really started to emerge as a starting player. And obviously a 7th round pick, you didn't expect that. But last year, he really started to emerge as that guy that we saw as the future on the offensive line here as a dog. So yeah, that's what he became last year. And it was just awesome to see him grow and become a great player. W move. Yes, definitely a W move. Again, great to see everyone in unison. We agreed on this move. Great signing, Adam Peters. Just add Lamborghini Sneed while you at it. Yeah. That'd be interesting if he was added. L'Jarius Sneed. I don't know if he would fit directly into this scheme, but yeah, that'd be interesting. Like we'll see what they ultimately decide to do with this Sneed stuff. I don't think he's going to be. I don't think there's any chance of him being signed. So, but I mean, we do need another corner opposite of Trey Amos, and L'Jarius Sneed's been good in his career before. So, WAP, yes, sir. I was literally just watching your video on remaining free agents and salary update and re-signing Chris Paul. Yeah, again, that's what I told y'all. I said I literally just made a video about talking about Chris Paul, talking about him, and how I think we should re-sign him. And I was surprised that they didn't resign him. And I'm sure some of y'all were probably watching that video. Click right on the live. Breaking. We resigned Chris Paul. So interesting stuff, man. Interesting stuff. Make sure y'all flood the comment section as well. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you're not a part of the family already. Slow down, Adam. You're going to make me. Yeah, I mean, hey. That's justified at this point. Adam Peters has absolutely cooked. And we've done everything he asks. Like, oh my gosh. I mean, this man has been on fire. And we'll have to see the money for this. If this is a cheap deal, you guys are going to hear me go crazy for Adam Peters. No pause. Like, dude, if this is a cheap deal and we fleeced to get Chris Paul back, just wait. Just wait. Does this mean Coleman versus Allegretti for center? That's always kind of going to be the battle there over the summer, but we'll see what they do. Like if they sign a center in free agency or draft one, depends on whether they draft him actually, but that's going to be the starter. But I think right now the lead candidate is Allegretti. Sadly, I know most of you probably don't want to hear that, but right now I think the lead candidate is Allegretti. So I stopped getting excited about the Commanders' offseason moves a long time ago. This offseason definitely feels different. Stopped getting excited. Why would you stop getting excited? These moves are fantastic, in my opinion. So, yeah, I really like these moves, actually. I would get excited about these moves if I were you. Still want a new center? Yes, that's the next thing on the bingo card. Like, that's the next thing that AP has to eventually get onto is finding the new center, which actually he's been on that for weeks. So, they had to have a contingency plan after releasing Biotis. There's no reason. You save $4 million in cap space. Like, you're not just going to not have any plan. They have to have a plan. They may draft one at 145, wherever that is, 71. Like, there's still a chance for Washington to get a really good center, a center that can start next year. Because otherwise, again, there'd be no explanation for releasing Tyler Biotis. So they have to have a plan. But yes, that's the next objective for me. Rubbing my stomach, we eating good. I mean, AP's been eating good, man. He's been cooking. Yes, love this signing. Yeah, it's a great signing. It is a great signing. I agree with you. Wish it was a couple years. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see what he does next year. But, I mean, the trajectory of him, like what he looked like he was doing last year, what he looked like he was going to start to build and continue this year is a sustainable starting career as a guard. So, we'll see what he does next year. But I'm not mad at a 1-year deal because you're not going to have to pay him as much money in the long run. So CP back, baby. Yes, sir. Chris Paul's back. I'm still full on De'Ami Brown to stop cooking AP. I mean, it's funny how the first 3 hours of free agency, like there was no traction, there was no moves whatsoever. And then when you get into day 5 of free agency, which is what we're on now, you just start to see how AP has really brought this team together and started to make these real important moves. It's crazy. Like now we're full, you know. The cycle is complete. Time to get our running back, center, and a young wide receiver too. I agree, and also believe we could use another safety. There's some other positions that you missed out, but yeah, I mean that those are the main objectives as of right now. Looking at Adam Peters' trash can, and it's just a boatload of Red Bulls and Celsius cans. I mean, he's, again, we were like, this dude's asleep. He's not making any moves. And by the way, we have over 200 in the chat. Make sure y'all smash that like button for me. Smash that subscribe button for me if you're not a part of the family already. Hard push for 4K. Need everybody to subscribe. Flood the comment section. As always, trying to get to every comment as well. But yeah, AP, man, he's staying up late. Like he's grinding. So I'm gained 5 pounds messing with AP. Chris Paul was solid last year. Good move. Yes, I agree. I think this is a very solid move. And I would agree with you that he was solid last year. I really don't see anything that he necessarily did even wrong. So not for real, Legion. Spam a like button. Yes, you heard him. Spam that like button. What if Chris Paul tries for center? No, I mean I've heard that thrown around. I don't have any I don't have any thoughts of that. I don't think that would happen. But I mean, like their plan, whatever their plan is, it's going to be a little bit wild, if you will. So if they run him a few snaps in the summer, like don't be surprised. I guess I'll say that. We needed this, especially us missing out on Linderbaum. Yeah. Just to get this, like again, going into this year or this offseason, we felt like the offensive line was ready to go. You needed to extend Tunsil, but you didn't have any other, major moves to make. Like we felt like we were ready to go. We felt like this was good. And we felt like it was one of the stronger units on the team. So seeing, not having a guard now, just getting this done felt really good. I don't know about you, but it felt really good for me. Let me see. We're having a great free agency period. Yeah, it's been great. We've been the best in the league, and I'm not being biased or anything. We've been the best team in free agency. So by far, in my opinion, a ton of fun still left. There's not many moves left. To be honest with you, I don't think they're going to make many more moves, but I know that they're going to be aggressive at looking at guys for the draft. So the grind never stops. They signed a guy for center that played center and guard last year, I think, for Tennessee. Are you for sure? Are you for sure? Because I don't think that's true. If you're talking about Cushenberry, I would have heard if they signed him. I don't think that's true. So, yeah, I don't think that move has happened. But Commanders in the Super Bowl in next 2 years. I hope, man. I hope. We're drafting a receiver at 7, and that could be the case. They love Tate. They like Tyson, probably. I think they have interest in Lemon. They already met with him. So, speaking of Mekhi Lemon, Demon Man, yes, sir, T. Rose. We need a running back and a wide receiver in the draft. And a center, obviously, as of now. So, yeah, there's a lot of things we need in the draft, and they're going to do their best to fulfill those holes. We said, though, you're not going to fulfill everything, though, in the offseason. They've done a pretty good job of trying to get that done. Love my big dogs up front. Yeah, I mean, who doesn't? No, I'm definitely excited about the moves AP is making. I'm saying this year is different from the past. Oh, yeah, it is. It is. It's definitely different from the past, and that's for the good. That's for the better. He stepped it up. He understands like what is at stake, to be honest with you. He understands. So our O-line has continued to was starting to get scared. We lose couple. We were top 5 rushing. We need our boys together. I agree. Like I think you had to sign Chris Paul because again, it was a strong unit last year. So so Coleman, odd man out now. Well, he's gonna be on the roster, obviously, but no, I don't think he's the odd man out. And until we find more information on this, I can't speak too much about it, but Coleman could be the starting center next year. Like that's a real possibility. So no, I don't think. Do you think we confusing teams who we drafting? I obviously I hope, but I don't think I don't think that's the case. I think teams kind of know that who we have interest in. Like if someone calls Adam Peters, he's obviously, not going to directly give them who we're drafting or give them really much insight, but I think they kind of know based off the moves we made this offseason. Like you're not just going to go sign 3 edge rushers because or 2, sorry, Caleb on Chase on or sorry, yeah, 3 edge rushers and just to not, just to take one in the draft. Like that probably rules out an edge rusher. So now maybe you're looking at linebacker, maybe you're looking at running back. So I think teams have a general sense and idea of what we ultimately kind of want to do. So yeah, could you see an extension for Luvu, and you think they wait and see how he does in a new system? I could see an extension. I talked about it earlier in a video. I talked about that. I could see an extension. Yeah, I could. I think the extension should happen. I think Luvu's a great player, and I think he deserves an extension. I think he was used poorly in this Joe Wood Jr. system, to be honest with you. So, we're winning the NFC East this year. The Eagles nor the Giants scare me. I tell you, the Giants are getting out there, man. Is Snead worth a flower at cornerback? No, no. I have no interest, guys. My guess we have about 30 million now. And if the Pat McAfee show this morning was wrong, again, it was this morning. If that's wrong, like right now, we made moves for Van Jefferson, De'Ami Brown. We re-signed Chris Paul. Like it could be around like 50 million. But if the Pat McAfee show is wrong, then you might be right. I don't know, but I would trust McAfee and what he's saying. He said we still had the most this morning, so maybe less. We still have 60 million in cap space. Pat McGee said it. Carter made a video about it. Yeah, I heard McAfee talking about that. He said, this morning that we still had that money left. So we'll see how that ultimately turns out. I'm hoping we get a cap space update from someone, a Schefter. Give us a cap space update for every team. I'm hoping we get that. How much cap space do we still have? Like 70 million? Definitely not 70 million. It's definitely in the 50 millions or it's lower. So yeah, but I would say it's around like 55, maybe, if I had to take a guess. But I'd have to do the math to get the exact amount. De'Ami can be a deep threat on the other side of Terry's route. Yeah, again, that's what we need. It's an insurance signing is De'Ami Brown, and you get a guy that can ultimately go deep and make some pretty good catches. So yeah, it's a very good sign for De'Ami Brown. I like what he can do. You explain that well, right? He can go deep. He's a deep threat. I think Aiyuk Reddy is starting center. He filled in and said on a podcast he's looking forward to center. I saw on the Team 980 he said that, yeah, which really made me think. I think like I basically said, there you go, that's your starting center now. When I heard that, but yeah, I mean that could definitely be the starting center. Definitely be the starting center. Coleman could be the starting center. Like they could have so many different plans that we don't even know about. So yeah, so glad they're bringing back Chris Paul. Me too. Me too. What a relief. What a good signing, in my opinion. This is. Again, we had to get Chris Paul back. I couldn't see a world without him this year, to be honest with you. So, yeah, I'm so glad that we got Paul back as well. We have 198 in the chat. Make sure y'all smash that like button for me. Make sure y'all smash that subscribe button for me. Every single subscriber helps out. Make sure you are subscribed. If you are not, please click that subscribe button for me. Man, Aiyuk is being held hostage, but I get why fans are 50-50 on him, but good pickups today. Yeah, good pickups today. Did what we had to do. I believe that these are the final signings, final stages of free agency for Adam Peters at least. But Aiyuk is being held hostage, man. It's crazy. Listen, what Aiyuk did to them, this is justified. So I get it. I get it why John Lynch is pissed, and what Aiyuk did to them. I get it, man. I get it. So yeah, I get it. But they are holding him and putting Washington in a little bit of a tough spot. Hearing Snead is press man, and that's not our D, so probably not a fit. Plus, he's over 30, so because of that, I'm out. And the injuries, man. Like there's so many problems too. Go to over the cap and look at the contracts that haven't hit yet. They are listed below the top 51 line. Some big ones haven't gone up yet. I checked Spot Track. I checked all these. And how are these specific cap space websites not updated? Let's see. Let's just check over the cap right now. Let's see. So Washington apparently, according to over the cap, has 69 million in cap space, and they're second, just below the Titans. That can't be true. That is not true. Probably more like 40 mil. I don't think they have accounted for it slash structured Owe's contract yet. That's why he hasn't had a press conference. Maybe, yeah, they have not. Odafe Owe has not officially signed his contract, and that's likely coming tomorrow. I would expect that, but we'll see. I heard he showed up to play, and the 49ers didn't let him play. A San Francisco reporter reported on it today. I saw the full list of reports from that guy. I don't know. I mean, I heard that Brandon Aiyuk was the complete villain in this situation, and that it was basically all his fault. But that's just what I heard, and so I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, that's very interesting stuff there from Brandon Aiyuk. That whole situation, like I've had to come to terms that it's a reality. We're signing Brandon Aiyuk. We know this. It's a reality. I've had to come to harsh terms with it. So I'd rather just get the move over with than have to wait, right? Is there anyone out there that we gonna see signed ASAP? No, I don't, unless it's a re-signing for this team, but I don't even think are they may be done re-signing after this Chris Paul signing. But yeah, I would say 99.5% sure that the Washington Commanders are done in free agency right now. That they're done. It's day 5. I don't think they're going to make any more signings. I don't think there is anything left to do. Maybe, just maybe a center, but that's about it. And is there even centers left? Like, not really. So, yeah, not really, man. I do not think the 49ers are being mature about it. No, they aren't. They aren't. But again, like, that's what he gets, man. Over the cap and spot tracker, waiting for the exact terms of the contracts, probably including future years before they update. Yeah, before teams announce it on X and before teams go live on their YouTube channel. Guys speaking, like, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of factors. I get what you're saying, man. What if we trade him? What if we trade for him and we get the 6th in a 6-7 swap? No. I can assure you nobody's trading for Brandon Aiyuk. I promise you nobody in the league would ever want to trade for Brandon Aiyuk at this point. So what's your letter grade for AP this offseason? So far this offseason, man, early in free agency, I would have told you probably a C. But I think right now, I would say an A-. Like, there's been some things that he's done wrong. I can't even lie to you. Like releasing Biotis, that's probably a mistake. You only save $4 million in cap space. You don't have a plan as of now. It just feels to me like they missed out on their plan. It feels like the plan was missed, what they were supposed to do after Biotis, to me. So, but yeah, I'd say an A- to me. It was a great free agency, though. I think 49ers are trying to screw him so he can't play in practice with us until way later. And that could be true. That could be true. Sadly, that could be true. You know what? John Lynch is a guy that is stubborn, and he always wants to enforce his law. So, yeah, I could see that. A for AP, I think it's an A too. We're not trading. You got to take on that contract, don't you? Or no? Well, just in general, like, we don't even have to talk about the contract here. Nobody's trading for Brandon Aiyuk. Like, that's not going to happen. Just because, promise, nobody's trading for him. Especially not us. I think we are good for the time being. Wait for the draft and make a big hit on either offense or defense. You have a problem with so many good players potentially available at 7. A good problem. That's a great problem to have. And you can select BPA because of what you've done in free agency. That is the beauty of this offseason so far. So, yeah, get a blue. I don't care who it is. Get a blue chip player at pick number 7. Again, I do not care who it is. Get a blue chip player at pick number 7. Get a blue chip player at pick number 7. And I'm happy and I'm satisfied. That's all we have to do. And I love these draft conversations, guys. We have picked up on draft conversations. Absolutely picked up. 222 in the chat. Make sure y'all subscribe if you're not subscribed, on the road to 4,000 subscribers. Would really be appreciated if you would hit that sub button, hit that like button on this stream as well to support. Starting right guard, yes, sir. As always, There are always three sides to every story. She said, Ace, the truth. San Francisco was completely innocent. We don't know what happened behind the scenes. Same with AJ Brown. Yeah, I think the Aiyuk situation got nasty undercover. Is what was reported. So you never know, man. Like I can't fully speak on this. So you're right. You're right. Remember, they know what they're doing. They have a plan for center. Yeah, I hope. Like again, I'm not saying they don't have a plan or anything, but I'm just saying it feels like Washington, their plan was somehow moved. It feels like their plan was somehow changed because of something that transpired, and that's what it feels like to me. So that's what I was trying to say. But they could still very well have a plan, and I hope that that plan is still in place. 49ers owe 29.586 million for Aiyuk, according to the over the cap. Nobody's trading for that. Yeah, I mean, obviously, they're not going to do that. Nobody's trading for Aiyuk. Nobody. Starting left guard. Or who's the starting? Who are you saying is the starting left guard? Are you trying to say someone? Cosme is right guard. Yeah, Cosme is right guard, and then Chris Paul is left guard. So yeah, those are your starters. What's good, my guy? I'm still worried about corner. We need a pure man, 2-man corner. Let's sign Sneed. What's good, man? You know, Sneed's been the smoke's picking up with him. I'm good because he's over the age of 30, and I want to continue the trend of signing guys under 30. But also because of his injury history, I don't trust that injury history. I don't trust that injury history for L'Jarius Sneed. So that's what I don't like. I need reliability, durability out there for me. What happens with Brandon Coleman? I mean, he can do a lot of different things. Like he can be a guard. I mean, he can be a tackle. He can play center. Like Brandon Coleman can do a lot of different things. And so we don't know exactly where he's going to be next year yet. And again, don't rule out him being the starting center. Do not rule that out. They'll definitely test him. Hoping that 7th pick is for JD5. So if you hope, then that means shoot. I mean, Jeremiah Love, Carnell Tate, Jordan Tyson. I mean, just to name you a few guys, like there's so many options for JD5. I mean, he's gonna be feeling lucky. So I think their plan for center was to reset the market with 20 million, 2 million over the next highest paid center. The problem is they counted their chickens before they hatched. Yeah. And that was the exact problem with that strategy. That's the problem. That was the risk you run with that. So but that could be right. And I don't know. But yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting strategy. China, what's going on, man? If you're saying you're from China, how you doing? I hope we take either Love, Tate, or Delane at 7. Yeah, like Love, explosive, could be Bijan Robinson, Saquon Barkley, right? Tate, the Commanders love him. Contested catch ability, contested catch rate, 88.7%. Delane, extremely good press man corner. I mean, what he can be opposite Trey Amos, like, there's no limits, man. Sammy M, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for your generosity and your support. Thanks. I'm out. We'll see. Yes, we will. We will see. If you're saying you're out on the Chris Paul move, why are you exactly? But I don't think that's what you're saying. But if you are, feel free to leave it in the comment section. Appreciate you for the super chat. Aiyuk isn't listed on the 49ers roster tab. Looking him up, still has the team as the 49ers. On PFF, he was listed as a commander a few nights ago, but they did remove that. So, but very interesting. Very interesting. That is interesting. I have a great again, but for Aiyuk, it's just a matter of if, or it's just a matter of when, not if. That's the whole deal with him. I have a great argument for Tate that I haven't heard anyone make. Of course, Love is the shiny gem right now, but he will be going by 7. And that could be very true. Like I honestly believe Love's gonna be going by 7. So but that's my guy, man. That's the guy that I want. So Tate said they love him. Tate said the Commanders love him. So it's going to be a strong debate for these next few months, next few weeks, really, with 41 days until the draft. It's going to be insane. We pick Love at 7. The crime rate drops drastically in DC. Yeah, man. A minus, but the draft will have a top wide receiver and center and maybe a Mike linebacker or another cornerback or safety. I think you can trade down from 7 and pick up more picks. Love wide receiver Cooper. I do too. Cornerback JC Allen, cornerback W Lee 3. Listen, I'm not going to hold you. I don't know who the last guy is because I have not gone in full depth in my draft studies yet. I'm still focused on free agency, but yeah, after the draft, I want it to be an A or an A plus from AP. We got to fill some needs out, certainly, but I want it to be an A by the time we're out. But right now, it's an A minus, and we got to get that center. We have to get that center right now. So Makai Lemon in the slot at 7, that'd be tough. I don't think he exactly, and the reason I'm out on Makai Lemon, well, not out, because I believe he could be right out of the box, packaged up, ready to go play right away and be the most polished receiver in the draft. But the reason that I'm out specifically on Makai Lemon is because I don't think he fits exactly what we need. I think we need a guy with contested catch ability, a guy that can go up and head top people, that can go up and make spectacular plays. Like, that's what I think Washington needs. So I don't know exactly what Adam Peters is wanting for this team, but I don't think Makai Lemon fits the mold of what we should be looking for. So I want to draft Washington Carter, plot, twist, and plausible. Appreciate you. Starting to warm up to trading back to mid to late teens and get McCoy, pick up a second, get the running back from Arkansas. I'm nervous about having 2 corners starting under 5'10. That's true. And that's true. Jermod McCoy's injury history does scare me. So I'd rather have a guy like Delane. But if you trade back, you're not getting Delane. So I definitely agree with you, my guy. Like, it's become very intriguing for me. Like, I've really started to consider the option of trading back. Like, I've really started to consider that. So Steen just turned 29 in January. That's not too bad. Oh, really? Someone said he was over the age of 30, so I took that and ran with it. My fault, guys. So yeah, but again, the injuries, they're so massive that they just take me away from signing him. I don't want to sign him. And again, I'm not, like I told you guys, I'm not a big fan of signing someone in free agency on one of the last days just because you want to sign him. You feel like you need a signing. You want to, obviously we all want to get the cornerback position filled out now. But you can wait to the draft and get a way better player and not pay the money, right? So we'll see. Our wide receiver core sucks. It's not great on paper right now, but you got to think we're going to have Chigo Okonkwo. We're going to have Rashad White. So those are some very, very good those are some very good players that can obviously catch the ball from Jaden. And so you got to think about that. And also, like, we could get Aiyuk. We could draft a wide receiver. So there's a lot more to come, I would say. It's not an A minus, y'all ridiculous. I'd give it an A minus. Like, I think there's some things that AP could improve on. Again, the Biotish releasing, like, there still hasn't been a clear explanation for that. Even though I do believe there's a plan there, like, there's still no explanation for that. Terry is that guy. We got to be realistic about Terry, man. Like, last year, could this be the start of injuries for Terry McLaurin, his career downfall? I hope not. It's my favorite Washington player of all time because that's the guy that I've seen have the most success, to be honest with you. So we'll see what happens with him. But next year is a big cap hit for Terry. These rumors about him being cut are not false. They are not false. Tate, you want Tate? Hope Malachi Fields makes it to 71. He's a dog, got good hands. And hold up. Hold up. Let me see. Hope Malachi Fields makes it to 71. He's a dog, got good hands, lots of potential. Yeah, he's like he's projected to go 2nd to 3rd round pick in the draft, but he's 6'4". I mean, he's 6'4", 220, right? Like that's a huge body guy. So that's a big slot receiver too. So he's physical, big body target. I said I wanted a bigger guy, pause, but I said I wanted a bigger guy. So yeah, elite size, elite catch radius. Like that makes sense for me. That makes sense for me. JD5 doesn't like doing that. If we got Downs, do you think Quan Martin can make the move to corner? They might try it in in the summer, something like that. But ultimately, no, I don't believe that would happen. Makai definitely fits in. LOL. Yeah, I mean, again, I just see him as the guy. Like it's so hard because I want a bigger guy. I want a guy that's not exactly a slot receiver, right? A guy that honestly kind of fits the mold of a Alec Pierce, a bigger body guy that can stretch the field vertically. But Makai, yeah, I mean, I believe he may come out of the box fully assembled, and that really intrigues me. So, we need a center and a cornerback. We are golden. We need another running back. We need a few wide receivers. Also, I agree. I'd rather have a big boy, but he definitely fits in. Yeah, Makai, like man, I already talked about him, but yeah, I'd rather have a bigger guy too. Pause. Rashad White, y'all acting like he's CMC. He's a good player, but the reason why we're saying that is because he signed a $2 million contract. That's insane. I don't know if you realize how absurd that is. That's insane. We have 278 in the chat. Make sure y'all smash that like button for your boy. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel as well on the road to 4,000 subscribers. Every single subscriber is appreciated and it really helps me out. I want love, Downs, and Styles in that order. I'm not mad at it, man. I'm not mad at it, man. Quan Martin played slot corner in college. He moved into safety. I know. I don't know if he would make the transition back. So, how do you feel about Diami back? So you can go watch my stream from earlier, actually, but we're getting something on the team that we didn't possess with Diami. So I don't mind the move. We didn't pay him much at all. So yeah, it really doesn't affect me or bother me that we signed Diami. Like it doesn't matter to me. Love won't be gone by 7. Jets re-signed Hall. The Browns have a stud. Harbaugh wants his Ed Reed. So this seems like let me move on here. My guess about Biotis is that he doesn't fit his zone blocking scheme, and that would be the most common answer that I would see. So you're probably not wrong. I still think he did good for the linebacking core. Yeah, that's true. It's my son Sean Taylor birthday tomorrow. You mind giving him a shout out? Also, my son Davion and daughter. So Sean Taylor, that is interesting. That is an interesting name. But happy birthday if you were being sincere and real about this. Happy birthday to them. I want Love at 7 and Rodriguez at 71. Jacob Rodriguez. He's such a good player, man. He's intriguing. Very good linebacker. That would be a fire smoking hot start to the draft. I'll tell you that right now. We need to draft a couple more dogs and we golden. Yeah, again, and just anything for a blue chipper at 7. Or if we trade back, blue chipper. Like we need a blue chip player. Blue chipper, blue chipper, blue chipper. That's my number one goal at this point. Sonny Styles would give us a true green dot Mike linebacker, which we don't have right now. Is the rookie getting the green dot? Like, man, Sonny Styles is a dog, though. Like, it's hard to pass up on him if they were to do that. Rather have Tyson than Lemon. Tyson, like, that's a hard. That is a hard decision. Tyson, you look at the injury history, it scares you. That's enough to scare a grown man. It's enough to scare a grown man. Lemon, like, that's a guy that does he fit the mold of what Washington wants at receiver? We'll have to find more out. I know they met with Lemon, though, already. If we can't get Love or Downs or Styles, then we should trade back. Yeah, ultimately trading back. Who's on the board? What's the offer? And that's what you consider. And who's the team that wants to trade? Rookie ain't getting the green dot. Yeah, that's what I was questioning. I don't know. Is Noah Brown still under contract? No, he will not be back. I hope they ask JD5 what he need if the 7 pick is his. It's not his pick. It's Adam Peters. But like one thing I can assure you is they've had talks with JD5. Like they're going to ask JD5. They're going to check in with JD5. They're going to ultimately make sure they're going to see what JD5 wants, right? But they're not always going to, like, he has 10% of the vote, I would say. Tyson is the best receiver in the draft. He's going to be a star elite route runner. And that's the upside. Like, I believe he could be the best receiver in the draft, but the injuries. The injuries. Is there a way you can get around the injuries? That's what scares me. No chance. Yeah, no chance to get in the green dot. Not sure if you were aware of this or not, but Coach Rivera was writing a book about. Why is that good to Washington? It still hasn't come out yet. That was a good one. That was a good one. I'm not gonna lie. That was stupid, but that was a good one. Don't make me think about Ron Rivera. How dare you? Blue chip players don't always pan out, and you're not wrong. But take a chance, right? Take a chance. AP is killing this free agency. I love Lemon, Styles, Downs, or Love at 7. It's a very good problem that we have in this draft. It is a very solid problem that we have in this draft. Who are we going to draft at 7? There's so many good options. So the dilemma that we have right now is awesome. Who are we going to draft? There's too many good players. We have to really think about who we're going to draft and decide with our best mindset. Isn't that a great feeling? Isn't that a great feeling? I love it, man. This draft is awesome. 3 rookies got the green dot last year, and I'm willing to bet Styles is smarter than all 3. Okay. And that's a reasonable argument. Reasonable argument right there. You think we can be back in the playoffs next year? I do. I think there's a shot, but we still have a lot of holes to fill in this roster. We still have a lot of things to do this offseason. Like, JD5 has to get bigger. He has to find a way to keep himself on the field. I can tell you one thing. If Jaden's making 7 starts next year, like he did last year, we have no shot. We have no shot. So Terry McLaurin, he's also got to get his body right. Like, you're over the age of 30 now. You have to figure something out. So I can tell you right now, there's a shot. There's a chance. But these guys have to stay healthy. So we are finally looking good. We are looking pretty good. Does AP find a trade for Payne late 3rd, early 4th? Man, I wish, but no. I think Payne's going to play this year out. Nothing done to his contract. They've already confirmed that. So I think he's just going to play this year out, man, and probably underproduce. But it is a contract year for him, so it'll be interesting. Styles, Downs, or Lemon, I'm locked in. Yeah, those are very solid options. So don't think Lemon wants us to draft him. The video I've seen of him, they going through quarterbacks to get passes from. He didn't pick JD5. Actually, no, at the combine, he said, I would love to catch the ball from Jaden Daniels. I believe he did say that at the combine. So, as did a lot of guys. But yeah, he did say that at the combine. So, no, I think he is. I think he does want to come to Washington. I think he'd be fine with coming to Washington. So, I actually don't. I actually don't think he would ever say that. And it doesn't matter if he wants drafted or not, to be honest with you. I don't understand when teams aren't doing so well towards the end of the season, might as well tank to get a higher position. F where you go, lose the games to get higher draft picks. That's just not what DQ is about, man. That's just not what DQ is about. So I don't understand when teams aren't doing. Oh, you sent the same comment. Okay. But yeah, that's obviously it's interesting stuff. Like, DQ, that's just not who he is. So he's never going to let that happen in his career. Keep the Giants from adding love to their backfield with Scatterbo at all costs. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I don't think you're wrong for saying that, but we're just going to draft whoever we want, man. So, and you really, when you're drafting guys, you don't tend to think about other teams, really. I mean, you just kind of do what's best for yourself. But and Scatterbo, like, I can't imagine with Scatterbo that they're going to draft Love. I think they have other concerns, especially like having a guy like Scatterbo. Like, I think that's good for them. Why do people want Styles so much when we already have Chanel, Luvu, and McGee in the middle? Luvu won't be outside anymore because Styles, Chanel, Luvu, and McGee. That's exactly why. Listen to what I just said. I mean, that's a dog linebacker room. And I get why people are advocating for us to draft him. But so me personally, I'm good on, on this linebacker room as it is, but adding Styles will make it so much better. Like that is a dog. So people saying we don't have an elite defender, but name an elite guy on Minnesota's defense. So why are we naming Minnesota's defense? Am I missing something? Eagles lose the division next year. Well, so you're saying they come in fourth? Yeah, I definitely don't think that's happening. By the way, guys, we are at 3,899 subscribers. One subscriber away from 3,900. Make sure y'all hit that sub button for me to support. Make sure y'all smash that like button. We are breaking the news of Chris Paul re-signing with the Washington Commanders. So very interesting news today. Let me see if I can find the money for Chris Paul. Chris Paul was drafted with pick 230 of round 7 in the 2022 draft class. He scored a 9.46 RAS out of possible 10. This ranks 71 out of 1,298 offensive guards from 1987 to 2022, by the way. But Grant Paulson said, nice job by Adam Peters on waiting Chris Paul out and keeping him in town. The narrative was that he was gone. He was going to get paid. Wait till you see the bag he gets. Peters could have tried to say to pay him a bunch to stay, stood pat, got him in a 1-year deal that I bet isn't anything like we were told to expect. So, yeah, they didn't pay Chris Paul a lot of money, but we still don't know the exact amount yet. But that's a great point for Paul. Like, Adam Peters stood pat, and that was smart. You didn't panic when you knew he could have went to another team, stood pat, waited to re-sign him back, knowing what his market was going to be. Styles will have the green dot if we draft him. Maybe. Because Durante Jones will likely run a Minnesota-like defense. Yeah, that's what we assume. But okay, so we don't have an elite defender yet, but name an elite guy on Minnesota's defense. So I get that. I get what you're trying to say. Yeah, I mean, you're right. You're right, man. You are exactly right. Like, we have so many holes to fill. Our defensive coordinator's not bringing over any studs from his defense. Like, it makes sense. Styles. So a lot of y'all are advocating for Sonny Styles. Man, Sonny Styles is just a lot of y'all want Sonny Styles, apparently. So that is interesting. If we drafted him, I'd have no complaints, and I'd definitely be in with it. Coleman versus Paul going to be a top 2 training camp battle. What are your thoughts on that? Coleman versus Paul, top 2 camp battle. Is that something that's realistic to you guys? I think it is. I think it for sure is. But is that something that's realistic? Do you guys think that will happen? Do you guys think that will be a battle? Gonna tell my kids about 2026 free agency day 3 to 5. Adam Peters, man, there's people, not even Commanders fans at this point, are glazing Adam Peters because of what he's done in free agency. Absolutely great free agency. Washington gets it done again. With another great signing here. Adam Peters signs guard Chris Paul to a 1-year deal. What an absolute masterclass by Peters, because he let Chris Paul test the market. He was thinking he was going to get all this big money. And then Chris Paul comes back down to earth. He's still available on day 5 of free agency and is now forced to sign a contract with the Washington Commanders because there's no money there for him. And now Adam Peters has not paid him a big deal. So we could have given Chris Paul a huge deal because we wanted to retain him. But we didn't because we were smart. Adam Peters was absolutely smart on that move. Wow. Purdy said, good luck. Anybody figuring out that defense referring to Minnesota? Hope he says that about ours. And hopefully that's the future for our defense. Hopefully that is the future for our defense, man. Having a defense where teams say that, like, that would be awesome, to have a defense where teams are just saying, like, just complaining about how hard the defense is to, get around, to face every time you play them. Like, that's ultimately what the goal is going to be. So, excuse me. But yeah, that's what the goal is. That's what it's going to be. So that's what we're trying to work towards. Durante Jones has been waiting for this his whole life. So listen, I don't think that he's going to do a bad job here in Washington. I think we're going to have a pretty solid defense next year. We signed Caleb on Chase. We made so many good moves. So, but we built a strong offensive line as well. Depth by retaining Paul and re-signing Andrew Wiley, retaining Nick Allegretti, and re-signing Trent Scott. Like all the moves we made in free agency on the offensive line have been crazy. Again, Paul, Wiley, Nick Allegretti, re-signing Trent Scott. Like it's been absolutely crazy. So, it's crazy. Top 5 pass block grade among offensive tackles last season, allowed 2+ pressures in just 2 games, which was Chris Paul, which is absolutely crazy. So that is awesome. That is awesome stuff. Adam Peters has absolutely cooked this free agency. He has absolutely shown us that he's still, that he is here for the future, right? And that's what he's done effectively. So this free agency period has been nice. This free agency period has been a breath of fresh air, to be honest with you. I hope this team's not done in free agency. So who's your favorite signing so far? Mine's Leo Chenal. I hate to be a copycat here, but mine's Leo Chenal. When you watch the video of him jumping on that bus after the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, I was like, oh, crap. Like, what are we getting here? I mean, when you talk about a monster, Leo Chenal is a monster. I mean, he's an athletic freak. Like, I know sometimes you guys joke in the comments about athletic freaks, about how everybody's calling an athletic freak or whatever. But this dude's an actual athletic freak. And then when you get a guy like Leo Chenal on a cheap deal, this is a cheap deal. And how young he is, he's hitting his prime. Like, you guys, I can't wait for you to see Leo Chenal on the football field. He's awesome. So that is my favorite signing by far. By far. Finally happened. Yes, we were waiting on this Chris Paul stuff. Like, I cannot tell you, I was waiting on this Chris Paul stuff. I wanted Washington to re-sign him so bad. So bad. We have 144 in the chat. Make sure y'all smash that like button for me, please. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. On the road to 4K subscribers. Every single subscriber helps out. Make sure y'all sub up if you are not a part of the family and community yet already. So, but yeah, we were waiting for this Chris Paul news, and it finally has struck the timeline. So, apparently Chris Paul, though, explored many options. They said he was going to have a robust market. Adam Peters let him test it out, and he knew that ultimately Paul was not going to be signed because he knows what other GMs around the league think. So, awesome stuff. Corey Dean, thank you for becoming a new member of the Gold Gang. That's what I call it on this channel. So we have about like 4 or 5 members on this channel, I think, which is pretty good for the subscriber count and pretty good for only doing a year of this. We're definitely going to, like, draft night, you're going to see a lot of new members as well, too. But thank you for becoming a member of the channel. Really appreciate you, as always. Appreciate you for all your comments as well. There's going to be a lot of good talks on this channel. And you will have some badges by your name. There's going to be a lot of perks. So really appreciate you for joining up and becoming a member of this channel. My guy, Corey Dean. Again, I still want to check this if there has been any. No. So we still have not found out anything about the money situation for Chris Paul. Can you guys make your guesses for Chris Paul? Make your guesses for Chris Paul. Let me hear what y'all got. What do you think that his contract is going to be? What do you think Chris Paul's contract is going to be? Is it going to be a 1-year, $8 million deal, $9 million deal? Is it going to be a bigger deal, or is this going to be a smaller deal? Did Adam Peters fleece another player around the league? Let me know in the comment section. What do y'all think of Chris Paul's deal? New contract details, maybe $8 million. That's what I just said. Yeah. Something in that range, I guess I would say something around that number of 8 to 10. But again, it's a 1-year deal. So I don't even mind the money that you're paying him. It's not even anything bad. Like, the money that you're paying him, I don't even have any complaints, So whatever we're going to end up paying him is cheaper than what we were going to do if we signed him earlier. So love what Adam Peters has done. Love what he's done. So that's going to do it for me. Chris Paul has been re-signed to a 1-year deal. We'll get his contract details probably likely tomorrow. But make sure you guys smash the like button on the way out. We have 135 on the way out. Click that like button on the way out. Click that subscribe button on the way out, please. It's free. It takes 2 seconds. And just make sure you click that subscribe button on the way out. Make sure you flood the comment section as well. I posted a video about an hour ago. So I posted a video an hour ago. I talked about the free agents remaining. I mentioned Chris Paul. I didn't know the move had happened. I mentioned Chris Paul. So if you want to go watch my video that was posted, go check that out about an hour ago. Talked about the Commanders cap space, all of that. Which is probably, it's not even an updated video anymore, which I hate because I didn't know this Chris Paul move happened. But what can you do? Posted a video an hour early. It is what it is. So that's going to do it for me. You guys enjoy the rest of your Friday night. Chris Paul is back with the Washington Commanders. The one move that I was absolutely waiting for Adam Peters to make. Saw that video. Def wish there was better players available. Yeah, there's no one left. But again, we're done in free agency, guys. It's day 5 of free agency. I imagine Adam Peters to be absolutely done now. I think we've done everything possible, and he's just done a fantastic job. So enjoy the rest of your Friday night. Hail the Washington Commanders as always. Make sure you smash that like button on the way out. Smash that subscribe button on the way out. Let's try and push for 4K in the next few days. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good weekend, Eric. Have a good weekend, Eric. I'll see you guys in the next